Okay, so today we're going to do something new, and I'm going to analyze a game, and yeah, a fairly well-known game between two very, very good teams. Yeah, maybe two of the best in the world, definitely. And it's going to be the Champions League game between Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. That took place on February 14th, 2018 in Madrid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the first 5 minutes of the game, and I'm going to analyze the game for both teams, and I'm gonna stop the game a lot and just talk about what both teams are doing, what individual players are doing, but also the mistakes they are making, from my opinion, of course, um, and what they should be doing instead. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, because this game, especially the first 5 minutes, they are action-packed. And one of the main reasons why they're so action-packed is because both teams play relatively offensively, more so Real Madrid than Paris Saint-Germain, as we're gonna see right away from the kickoff. We're going to see what Real Madrid is going to do. So you already see these two players here, this player and this player. They are sprinting forward. The backline is a little bit more cautious about the whole affair. Stays back a little bit. Oops. So they stay back a little bit, but they will slowly be moving forward as we're going to see. So they're gonna be moving forward. But yeah, let's have a look at these two players here up front first. So if we continue, this ball is played, so the ball is played into the central player, which is nice. But then, so this player from Paris Saint-Germain is already kind of committing a little bit of a mistake, and we're going to see why. So what this player is going to do is, this player takes the ball and just places it he places it on his left side, and then he turns around slowly and looks what his options are. And that might seem harmless. I mean, there's a lot of people still behind him. This entire line here is still behind him that he can play to. But still, this gives these players, this gives Real Madrid the option to quickly rush in, and this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to see all these players here. They're going to rush in, and they're going to pressure this entire Paris Saint-Germain backline, and they do an excellent job of it. This is textbook pressing, but still, the entire thing is kind of enabled by this player right here being a little slow. If he played this ball back right away, if he just, within not hesitating at all, getting the ball and then playing it back to this player, let's say, the pressing would be much harder for Real Madrid, because now all of these players, they are now eligible to get the pass back. And yeah, so the Real Madrid players, they would be much more hesitant to go very deep, because then they leave a lot of space behind. But since this player, he's taking his time, and he's turned away from the opposing team, this is the perfect moment for Real Madrid to just sprint in and basically rush the opposing team. So, as we can see now, these Real Madrid players, they are rushing in, and this player now, he has now finally played this pass, but I mean, the first Real Madrid player has already passed him by the time it took him. But the pass is an okay pass. And now we already see kind of the problem that this delay caused, because this player now, right here, doesn't quite know what to do now. I mean, it's still fine. There's still 2 or 3, let's say, very obvious options. So first obvious option is play it over here. Although it's it might not seem quite clear why that is a good option. I mean, first of all, it seems as if this player having the ball or this player having the ball is completely symmetrical, right? So they're both of the center backs, and yeah, it seems a symmetrical position, but this pass would actually help out Paris Saint-Germain because Paris Saint-Germain is slightly unbalanced. They have two players here, like right from the center, and they only have one player at least in the middle of the pitch, left of the center, and so they would have a little bit more of an advantage player-wise on this pitch. But still, I mean, it's not so clear why this pass would be so good. So I don't mind the player not playing it. And then of course the other two passes, the two obvious passes, are here and here. But what's important now is that this player acts fast, because if the player stalls any longer, then these players here, this player and this player, they will also get under pressure. This player, so let's use another color here. So this player will be rushed by this, and then maybe we get this player. Basically, he's running into this space. So the longer this player waits, right here, the more difficult it gets. So I think what he should do right here is, without much of a hesitation, he should just take the ball and then with the left foot immediately play it. Whoops. Into the pass of this player right here. So he shouldn't play it right at the player. Should play it somewhere here. He shouldn't play it right at the player because this delays play further, and also this player now, if the ball is like hits him slightly behind him or right at him, this player doesn't face the play, doesn't face forward. So this is another opportunity where Real Madrid can press without having to fear a ball forward. But if the ball goes here, then this player will run onto it, and now the press gets harder because now this player has the entire pitch in front of him. So Real Madrid has to fear passes into anywhere into this area. So yeah, this is what this player should do. But what does he do? He delays. This is a mistake again. This player turns sideways. The main problem right here is that this player hasn't made up his mind what he's going to do, and this is something that you have to do if you want to play at the highest level. You already have to have a plan what you're going to do with the ball once you receive it, and this player did not have a plan. And it's obvious because this player he's delaying. He's letting the ball run to his side, and then he's gonna look at this player over here, and then at some point he's gonna play the pass. But now it's already getting difficult. I mean, there's a lot of space still, so it will still be correct to play the pass right here. Yeah, but the fact that he didn't make up his mind until now, not so good. So what happens? Okay, plays the pass, but not in a good area. This pass should be hitting this area, not this area, because now also it's very slow. So now this player comes under pressure, and this is basically what you want to achieve. This is the dream scenario for Real Madrid. This is what you want to achieve. You want the opposing team to play the ball to the side where the player has much less options to pass, and you also want enough time to basically then just enclose this space. What Real Madrid is now going to do, they're going to try to just get people, basically one here, maybe one here, to get all passing options, to close off all passing options to this player. And yeah, since two players, this one and this one, took so long to play the ball, Real Madrid actually got into position to do this, even from the kickoff. Alright, so this pass is not good. It's right at the player. It's very slow, but at least let's give a little bit credit where credit is due. So this player is doing one thing right, and that is running into space. So he's not staying here, because if he would stay there, he wouldn't be available for the pass. By running over here, he's available for pass now. And also the other Paris Saint-Germain players are also doing a fine job. This player, for example, is doing a perfect job of coming over in order to offer a pass option here. Yes, this player right here from Real Madrid is kind of watching this pass option, but at least this player is basically he's in space, so he's likely to participate in the play, and also he's distracting this player from doing other jobs. So this player now has to stay here in order to watch the pass. So this player, for example, which kind of makes the job for this player, and this player easier, because of this player being bound to his place. Okay, so yeah, what should this guy do? Probably he should take a step or two into this direction. So he should run here, and basically while running should keep the options open. So two reasons why he wants to do this. First of all, he wants to gain space for this player right here. So if he runs into this direction, this player follows him. Then there's a pass back. Right? Let's put it into green, and you can play the pass back. And this player, this is important, and this player has a little bit of space. If he passes right now, this player doesn't have a lot of space. He's under pressure from this player, and maybe even from this one. So what this player wants to do right here, number 17, is to gain some space. And also another reason why he wants to run into space a little bit is so this pass becomes better. Okay, so this is what he should do. He should run here and then choose a pass. Ideally, he wants to pass to this player, because this player is central, and so he has the most options to keep the play going. So what does he do? I have to say that I often don't actually know what these players are going to do. I watched this once just to look at things that I noticed, but yeah, sometimes I don't know what he's going to do. So yeah, okay, I forgot that the pass was very slow. So the player already has the problem that yeah, the pass is just too slow, and this already makes it difficult. So by now, well, yeah, this is a difficult situation already. This pass isn't really on, because this player might intercept it. This player might intercept it. So, yeah, it's excellent pressing by Real Madrid. I was talking a lot about Paris Saint-Germain, but you have to say this is excellent pressing. Especially these two players here and here doing an excellent job. This player right here is basically guarding 3 different passing options. He's kind of threatening this pass. He's kind of threatening to cut off this player should he get the ball, and he's also in his shadow guarding this player. I think it's Madrid, and of course he's known to be an excellent positional player, and you can see it right here. Yeah, how good he is. But so let's go back to this play right here. So yeah, it's difficult. He could of course play a quick pass here, but he should have done it immediately. What he did do is he took a touch, and now this player is getting under pressure already. He can still play the pass, but it's getting difficult for this player now. This player is at the edge of the field, so he has the fewest passing options, but still, it's still a good pass. Play it here, and then yeah, play it here, and then let the number 10, Neymar, decide what he wants to do. I mean, there's probably still the option to play it here, or just, you know, turn around, play it here. So all of these are fine. And also, what is also already fine, I guess, but the second best option is just to play it wide by now. this player is so under so much pressure already that, yeah, I would not mind him you know, hoofing it up the field. This is always basically the mediocre play, if you want to say, hoofing up the ball, like playing a long ball, is never the worst option that a player can choose, but it's also very rarely the best option, because of course there's more Real Madrid players over here. It's very speculative, and also this player is probably not under much control. So if he would just play a long ball, this ball would probably end up with Real Madrid. But that's fine. I mean, Paris Saint-Germain can still regroup. Yeah. So the long ball is always kind of a mediocre option. It prevents the opposition from getting a very dangerous counterattack, but usually it also doesn't give you anything. It just gives over the ball. It's kind of a zero play, if you want to. Just give away the attack. So what does he do? Alright. Takes another touch. So now this player is he's already under massive pressure. And now this is really difficult. Should probably still get it to number 10, because number 10 is still, doesn't have a direct opponent. And well, this pass is not good at all. This player is under pressure from 3 different players. There's so much potential for it to go wrong, and if it goes wrong, then it's a decent counterattack for Real Madrid, since this player will be out of the game, and probably this one as well if he loses the game here. So it's, I mean, Paris Saint-Germain is spread relatively thin right here, because they wanted to attack and now they lose the ball. So it's a decent counter attack now. And Paris Saint-Germain did not play this well. All 3 players who had the ball did not make optimal decisions. Right? So that was obvious that Real Madrid is gonna win the ball now. And now Paris Saint-Germain has to get back into shape quickly, and they especially have to guard the space right here that is now coming up. So Benzema right here he's lurking. He wants a ball right into this space, and then maybe just run into space. There's only two defenders here, so if Modric would pass right now, kind of try to attempt this pass, this could already be a really good attack. But of course, as is also very reasonable to just play other passes, just run to space first, maybe. Since he has no opposition, he can just run into the space, and then go from there. Maybe play it up. Oops. Maybe play it up from here, or then play the pass. All of this is very reasonable. Alright. So Modric did not play that pass, and well, there's also, if you kind of notice, okay, so Real Madrid wins the ball, and now, well, maybe the time, I mean, again, maybe the time span is very short, but still, Modric also is a little slow to react. Right here, he could probably play that pass. He could probably just play it in here. But also there's another problem, and the problem is with this player right here. I mean, granted, there's not much time for this player to react at all. Is it Toni Kroos? I think it's Toni Kroos. He came up here to help with the press, but now the situation has changed drastically. So if you're defending, you want to make the spaces you want to take away space, basically. You want to push the opponent into, restrict space a lot, and so you often want to stand very close to your teammates, so you have all passing option covered. But now in the attack you want to do exactly the opposite. You want to be rather spread rather far away from each other and cover a lot of space, so it's hard for the opponent to defend all passing options. And what Toni Kroos should have done here is just not run like this. I think he came from here, so he basically, oops, what he did is kind of he ran like this, just watching over here, watching, are we winning the ball, yes, no. But the moment he saw that the ball was won, what he should have done is ran into here, because it's obvious that Modric is taking up, Modric is already taking up this space right here, so it's not necessary. He can run into the space himself. So by staying here, Toni Kroos is not adding much to the attack. It takes as much time to pass to him and then for him to play the pass on, kind of like maybe like this, and then like this. Is the same as just Modric just running into there and then passing. It takes the same amount of time. So what Kroos wants to do, he wants to be kind of here. So now Modric has two options: running into space or passing here. And actually what he should do is like do both, right? Run into space, make this player maybe commit, and then pass it over here. Alright, but yeah, this player is too slow. And because he's so slow, I actually should run more over here so they can keep the ball. But this player is too slow, so Modric doesn't have that passing option and gets closed down quickly. I mean, Paris Saint-Germain do a good job here. This player, for example, sees that Modric is not playing right away, so he quickly closes down the play. And I think this player also does the same, which is good. Yeah, okay, no, he stays in space, but still, that's good play. So now, yeah, okay. This player right here, he's doing the right thing. He's standing with his back to the opposing goal, so there's no point in trying to turn around here and then he gets closed down and maybe loses the ball. So this is correct. Playing it back, and then the very next thing he should do is run into this space right here, to support further play. Okay.